Yo guys, and welcome back to another video, and specifically a Doctor Who video. And, well, if you want me to be even more specific, then I guess we could call this a Doctor Who Iceberg video, which will be part one of a multi-part series of Iceberg videos revolving around the Doctor Who adventure games. Now, Doctor Who is a TV show that I genuinely love. It's my favourite TV show, and I haven't made enough videos on this YouTube channel about my favourite TV show, which is Doctor Who. Now, I made a couple of Doctor Who related videos recently, and you guys seem to really like them. So, I thought I'd start this new Iceberg series where I break down each of the episodes of the Doctor Who adventure games, and then basically do an iceberg on each one of them, and hopefully you guys learn a couple of things that you didn't know already in this video, or if you did know everything in the video and you wanted to add more, please go ahead and let me know in the comments down below if there's anything that I missed, or you know, anything that you thought I could add to this. Then please definitely slap them down in the comments down below. Just before we get into this Iceberg video, please hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, so if you guys could hit that subscribe button, I'd massively appreciate it, and it would also help me to keep doing YouTube as basically a job. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, if you want to support the channel a little bit more, you can drop a super thanks or become a channel member. All of the information on them things are basically down below in the description, and you can find out about them more basically down there. But anyway, let's get into this video right now. So I have made a pretty small iceberg, but some pretty interesting things that I actually do know about this first episode of the Doctor Who adventure games, which is City of the Daleks. Now, actually, this is the first one that I did play because it's the first one that came out. I think this game did come out in 2010, and I genuinely remember playing it a couple of times, like a good amount of times, to the point where I can definitely remember everything that happened within that video game. I would love to play it again, and I was actually going to do it for a video. I was going to actually do a video where I basically played through every single one of these video games all together within 24 hours, but there was a bit of an issue when it came to downloading the games, as apparently they just don't work very well anymore, or I'm gonna need some real cool technology to actually be able to run the games, or I'm gonna actually have to pay for the games. But if you want to see that, then definitely smash a like on this video. If I get enough likes, then I will actually purchase the downloads to the games and play them all for you guys for a video. So yeah, if you want to see that happen, definitely smash a like on this video and subscribe, obviously, you know. But anyway, back to the iceberg. Let's go ahead and look at layer number 1, which will be the surface. So for this top layer of the iceberg, we are basically talking about something that basically everyone should know if you're watching this video, or if you're interested in the Doctor Who adventure games. This game was completely free to play and was available on the Doctor Who BBC website. And genuinely, this was one of the really cool perks of playing this game, is that it was completely free and you didn't actually have to buy the game physically. A free game. I think everyone played this who was a Doctor Who fan back at the time, but sadly, as time has moved on, they've actually removed the downloads from the BBC website, and now you can't actually go ahead and download it officially from the BBC website without going and basically finding the download elsewhere, which is possible, but I would definitely not recommend doing it, because I mean, if you pick up a dodgy link or something like that, then it's pretty possible within nowadays, so yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the next tier, which is, I don't know what to call it, I guess, tier 2, there we go. This next point is basically a pretty interesting one that I found out when basically looking over all of the recent Dalek stories. Now, this is actually the only, and I mean, you can correct me if I am wrong, but I believe it is the only piece of Doctor Who media to feature Daleks which are only paradigm Daleks. Now, if we look back to episodes such as Victory of the Daleks, they had gold Daleks and Ironside Daleks in them. So it's not just a paradigm Dalek led story, I guess. We also had Asylum of the Daleks, which is the next big major Dalek story. I guess you could say that there are like paradigm Daleks in other stories, but I would definitely say that this is the only story that basically features solely the paradigm Daleks and not any of the other, like the gold Daleks, etc. So yeah, on to the next layer of the iceberg. This is the first time that we actually see Scaro in all of its glory in the Matt Smith era. Now, we didn't really see any Scaro in the David Tennant era or the Christopher Eccleston era, and, you know, mainly any of the New Who eras. Now, this is basically the first time that we did see Scaro, and funny enough, it was as early as 2010, which means that Victory of the Daleks came out, and then this story came out, and we saw Scaro. Now, the next time that Scaro did actually pop up in Doctor Who was in Asylum of the Daleks for a very, very brief amount of time. Like, it genuinely didn't get that much screen time, considering it was a very Dalek heavy story. I mean, most of the episode was inside of the asylum, which isn't Scaro, so yeah. Then the next time that we actually did see Scaro was in The Witch's Familiar, which is actually a Peter Capaldi story. And, you know, I think that's pretty cool, and I like that they didn't just, you know, throw Scaro back into New Who very, very early on. And, you know, teasing it in a video game like this is a pretty good way to almost explore Scaro a little bit more and the Daleks in more depth. And then bringing it back in the live action in Peter Capaldi's era was really, really cool. I guess you could also argue that back in the Peter Capaldi era that Scaro was introduced in the Doctor Who experience, but I don't really see that as canon. So we'll move on to the next iceberg layer from here. This is the first time that we have seen the Emperor Dalek since Christopher Eccleston. Now, this is actually quite a big and interesting one, and it was actually really, really nice as a, you know, a person who, you know, hadn't really seen the Eccleston stuff and who went back to watch it, to come back and see this whole like video game, and that they've basically upgraded the Emperor Dalek into this cool little paradigm sort of remake, I guess you could say. Like, you got the big bronze Emperor Dalek, which was really, really, really cool, and genuinely a possibly part of one of the best episodes and the strongest episodes of the Christopher Eccleston era. But then you get this, like almost a huge, the same colour as the Strategist Dalek, but huge, and an Emperor Dalek. Now, this is actually really, really cool, and the Emperor has not really made any big appearances in, you know, the actual TV show since, and I think it's pretty cool that they just sort of left it at that. And, you know, if they wanted to bring back the Emperor Dalek in the future, maybe the you know, they're probably not going to bring it back in the 60th, but if they wanted to go ahead and bring back the Emperor Dalek within even like Ncuti Gatwa stories or beyond, I think it would be very, very impactful, because they actually did make me very, very happy when I did actually go ahead and watch all the Christopher Eccleston stuff and then play this game, and to see the Emperor back in all of his glory. It was very, very cool. So yeah, on to the next layer of the iceberg. Okay, so this is a very, very short layer, I guess you could say, basically highlighting a glitch, sort of, in the game. Well, essentially, this is one that a lot of people playing the game casually may have found out, but probably wouldn't have if you were just playing the game normally, and you probably wouldn't even really notice it as a massive thing. But I know, obviously, as you can see, well, I'm going to throw up a little picture right here. But yeah, as you can see in that picture, the Daleks had little sort of scanning areas, and the light sort of indicates where the Dalek can see. Now, as a bit of a glitch, this doesn't like work in the way that you would expect it to. So you can actually get the Doctor very, very close to a Dalek, but not in the light, and the Dalek will have literally no idea you are there, which is kind of interesting because it's a place where the eye should probably see, but it doesn't because it isn't in the light. And I guess this is just part of, you know, coding a pretty basic, but well, I say it's a basic video game, but it's actually really, really cool. I mean, the graphics are sort of dated of their time, but I found these little sort of adventure games really, really cool and really, really interesting to me. And also, you could literally walk up behind a Dalek and it would somehow sense you and turn around and shoot you. I don't think that's something that's happened in the show before, but I guess Daleks have sensors now, reversing sensors, like... Anyway, on to the next layer of the iceberg. So, we finally have it, which is the final layer of the iceberg, which is the deepest depths that I could find of this video game. Basically, this includes the character building Lego set, which was released probably roughly around the time that this video game came out, and it looks very, very similar to the designs and, you know, look of the game. I'm of course talking about the Dalek Factory set, which unfortunately I wasn't able to get my hands on, sadly. Yeah, you can tell I was definitely sad about that. Anyway, so yeah, basically the idea is if you look at this set, it looks very, very similar, down to the fact that there are only Paradigm Daleks in this set, and they are specifically the yellow ones, the orange ones, and, well, I suppose the orange one kind of wasn't included in the set, but yeah, and the red ones. So mainly the yellow and the red ones, which were the main two Daleks that were sort of used in the advertising and were seen the most throughout this video game, which is actually pretty insane. And I have sort of made this link to this actual Lego set, but you will definitely see in future videos how it becomes quite suspicious that there are more Lego sets that actually do resemble the some of the things that have happened, or along the lines of some of the things that have happened within the Doctor Who adventure games. Now, I actually find this very, very interesting, and I think it's pretty cool that, in a way, City of the Daleks almost inspired its own little Lego set, and I think it would have been very, very cool if I would have gotten this as a child, but I didn't. Oh, very, very sad. Well, that basically brings us to the end of this little iceberg video right here. I hope you guys really, really enjoyed this. I hope you guys almost learned a couple of little bits about the actual video game yourselves. This is basically a video that has taken a little bit of time, well, the last, you know, sort of couple of months to, I suppose, gather a couple of ideas to make this iceberg interesting enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed it, please smash a like on this video, comment down below, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. But yeah, basically, you know, like the video if you want me to do more iceberg videos like this, and you know, who knows, I may even do more Doctor Who videos, so if you want that, please hit the like button on this video. I'd massively appreciate it. Basically, that is the end of this video, so thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yeah. You ready? Hey. Let's go. Bet. Yo, once again I'm back around. Real shit back in style. Haters reconcile. I'm so black and proud. First class tickets now. Feet all in the eye. Everybody looking down. Everybody get red when you drown, huh? Looking me up. I'm putting it down. You picking it up. Checking the models. They want us to go to college just so we can be stuck. Go to school to make a living, or teach yourself to make a fortune. Common sense. Welcome to the apocalypse. Bitch, I'm one of the horsemen.